Someone's happy about that.
All right, it's 5 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
One second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I'll restate the agenda items. We'll have public input on non-agenda items. We have 3 items on the consent agenda, which consist of funds and minutes for March. We'll do a pinning ceremony, which we're looking forward to. Chief's report. We have unfinished business on the merger bill for a proposed letter to the governor. New business, we have resolution 2026-01, which is our amending of the budget for fiscal year 25-26 to reflect actual numbers. And the other item is surplus capital assets. We'll do chief's remarks, commissioner remarks, and then we will adjourn. Any additions to the agenda other than the ones listed? All right, at this time, we'll have public input on non-agenda items. Anybody? All these people, nobody wants to speak. All right, great. Consent agenda. 3 items. Do we have a motion to approve consent agenda?
So moved. I'll second that.
Discussion? Questions? Public input? All in favor? Aye. All right, Chief, that takes us to the pinning ceremony. The reason everybody's
Very
here.
good.
I think they're here for all the agenda items.
That consent agenda is high.
So good evening, everybody. It's an honor to welcome you all here tonight and appreciate you being here for your families and everything that they've done. We're going to start tonight with the promotion of 2 outstanding officers. We're going to promote Lieutenant Joel Martinez and Lieutenant Ivan Rojo. Tonight marks a new chapter of leadership, responsibility, and trust for both of these gentlemen. In the fire service, promotions are never simply about title or authority. They're about service to others and accountability to something greater than ourselves. Promotion to lieutenant comes only after you have demonstrated consistency, professionalism, and the ability to lead by example on and off the fire ground. These gentlemen have shown that they can be trusted to make sound decisions under pressure, mentor others, and uphold the values that define Fort Myers Beach Fire District. Those are loyalty, integrity, and professionalism. The lieutenant badge represents more than a rank. It symbolizes responsibility for the people that they lead, for the responsibility for the public, and responsibility for the tradition of excellence established by those who wore this badge before them. From this moment forward, their words carry more weight, actions set the standard, and their leadership will shape the future of this department. So we'll start with Lieutenant Martinez to come up. We will read the oath of office, and then after that, we will pin the badge on each of our members. You'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joe Martinez,
I, Joe Martinez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution
to uphold the Constitution
and the statutes of the state of Florida
and the statutes of the state of Florida
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
of Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
preserve and protect the lives and property
preserve and protect the lives and property
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
and do my utmost to carry out my duties and responsibilities
and do the utmost to carry out my duties and responsibilities
as lieutenant
as lieutenant
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Sit. any family members that want to come up close, this is really for you guys tonight. You don't have to stay in your chairs. If you want to move in and get some pictures, you're welcome to do that. Okay?
I don't want to photo it on either.
When we're done, we'll take a break so everybody can come up. You can do pictures and stuff like that as a group. So don't worry about that. We'll get that covered. The other part of the pinning ceremony for those when the promotions happen is the helmet shield. And the helmet shield rides on the front of the helmet. It identifies who it is, the unit they're riding on. But more importantly, we call it a shield because that helmet and the equipment that they're wearing at the worst times is to shield them from the dangers of what we face when we're doing the job. So your helmet shield, red for Lieutenant. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Rowe, come on up. Raise your right hand. I, Ivan Rojo,
I, Ivan Rojo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution
to uphold the Constitution
and the statutes of the state of Florida
and the statutes of the state of Florida,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District.
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
Protect and provide, preserve and protect
to preserve and protect
the lives and property
the lives and property
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
and do my utmost
and do my utmost
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
as lieutenant
as a lieutenant
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And also, keep you safe when you're out there working in the field, your shield, and a rope. Gentlemen, congratulations on your promotion to lieutenant, and thank you for stepping forward to lead. Welcome to your new role. Next, we'll move on to our firefighters. It's always exciting to have new people coming onto the team. You get to see the fresh faces and all the hope and everything that comes with it. And a lot of times we look around. I know after being in the business for a long time, we look around and we look at each of the new firefighters, and some of them someday will have all of these roles that we're filling today. So we've been in your seat, and we know it's exciting, and we're excited to have you here. So at Fort Myers Beach Fire, every member begins their journey with the oath of office. This tradition holds deep meaning in the fire service, and at Fort Myers Beach, firefighters begin their journey with this oath. We refer to taking the oath of office as swearing you in. The swearing in marks the firefighter's official welcome to the Fort Myers Beach Fire District family. Each of you are joining a proud tradition, one built on trust, teamwork, and resilience. As you take the oath of office, know that you carry with you the legacy of those who came before you and the responsibility to serve with honor. Not everyone can excel in the service of others. For that reason, at FMB, the pinning of the badge comes after you've demonstrated your commitment to hard work, sacrifice, and an unwavering dedication to uphold our values of loyalty, integrity, and professionalism. The badge we pin tonight represents a commitment to service, a promise to protect, and a bond with the community that we serve. So if we can have firefighter Boveda, come on up. Come up closer, you can.
So if you raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Christopher Boveda,
I, Christopher Boveda,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution
to uphold the Constitution
and the statutes
and the statutes
of the state of Florida
of the state of Florida,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
to preserve and protect
preserve and protect
the lives and property
the lives and property
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
and do my utmost
and do my utmost
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
as firefighter
as firefighter
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Firefighter Cardente.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, David Cardente,
I, David Cardente,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution
to uphold the Constitution
and statutes of the state of Florida,
and statutes of the state,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
to preserve and protect
to preserve and protect
the lives and property
the lives and property
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
and do my utmost
and do my utmost
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
as firefighter
as a firefighter
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Firefighter Davis.
All right, you raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Matthew Davis,
I, Matthew Davis,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution
to uphold the Constitution
and statutes of the state of Florida,
and statutes of the state of Florida,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
preserve and protect
to preserve and protect
the lives and property
the lives and property
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
and do my utmost
and do my utmost
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
as firefighter
as firefighter
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Firefighter Mickle. Come on up.
You raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Charles Mickle,
I, Charles Rich,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution
to uphold the Constitution
and the statutes
and statutes
of the state of Florida,
of the state of Florida,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District,
preserve and protect
to preserve and protect
the lives and property
the lives and properties
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
and do my utmost
and do my utmost
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
as firefighter
as firefighter
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. John, come on up. All right, so raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Gabe Palajon,
I, Gabe Paladin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution
to uphold the Constitution
and the statutes
and the statutes
of the state of Florida
of the state of Florida,
and the rules and regulations
and the rules and regulations
of the Fort Myers Beach Fire District
in the Fort Myers Beach Fire District
to preserve and protect
to preserve and protect
the lives and property
the lives and property
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
of the citizens of Fort Myers Beach,
and do my utmost
and do my utmost
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
to carry out my duties and responsibilities
as firefighter
as firefighter
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. So to the families and loved ones here tonight, allow me to personally thank you. Your support is the foundation that allows our folks to serve with strength and purpose. The badge that we pin tonight belongs to you as much as it does to the one who wears it. Let tonight remind us all of why we do what we do. Every call we answer, every life we touch, every challenge we face, it's all part of a greater mission. So tonight we celebrate the beginning of that mission for our newest firefighters, and we recognize the commitment of our newest officers. Congratulations and welcome to the Fort Myers Beach family. And we will take a break afterwards, but I'm happy that we have some SAVE awards to present tonight. So if we can, I'd like Chief Sullivan to come up. He's going to present those SAVE awards and tell you a little bit about what that means. Chief?
Good evening. My name is Kevin Sullivan. I have the pleasure of presenting several of our members with life-saving accommodations tonight. Both of the crews that we're going to talk about today face patients that were in cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is when a patient that we encounter has no pulse and is not breathing. They're essentially dead. But both of these patients, due to the strong work from our members, not only survived, but they walked out of the hospital several days after. This is something that we train for regularly, and thankfully we do not face on a daily basis. Across the United States, the likelihood of walking out of the hospital after cardiac arrest is less than 10%. The keys to successful outcomes like the ones we're going to talk about tonight rely on clinical expertise and excellence, timely response and treatment, a high level of skill execution, and team coordination. One of the ways that we practice for calls like this is something that we call pit crew CPR. If you've ever seen a racing, like NASCAR, Formula One, they have a pit crew. And every person that comes out has one specific job. That's what we train for when we do a cardiac arrest call. If everybody does their job effectively, we can get results like this, something that we call ROSC, which stands for Return to Spontaneous Circulation. In other words, that patient's heart starts beating on their own. And this is the best possible outcome for our patients and our crews. The first incident I would like to address is for a 74-year-old male who was found unresponsive at a restaurant at Snug Harbor. Bystanders and waitresses on scene did begin CPR. Our crews arrived very quickly from Station 32. It was Engine 32 and Support 32. They took over patient care. They continued CPR, began breathing for the patient. They inserted a needle into their bone marrow to allow them to give life-saving medications. They gave several rounds of medications, monitored the patient's heart. By the time Lee County EMS got on scene, the patient had regained a pulse. Several days later, the patient walked out of the hospital and is doing very well at this point. The excellent work from the following crew undoubtedly led to this saving of a life. The crew, some of which are not here, are Captain DeVito, Lieutenant Joel Martinez, come on up, Firefighter Kevin Hernandez, Firefighter Fernando Manito, Firefighter Chris Prisco, and Firefighter Miguel Rodriguez. Please give these gentlemen a round of applause. Our second life-saving award is for Truck 33 and Rescue 31. The crews were dispatched to a possible cardiac arrest. Truck 31 arrived on scene first and found a 65-year-old male in cardiac arrest. They immediately began CPR and placed the patient on a cardiac monitor. Again, they began breathing for the patient, inserted a needle into the patient's bone marrow, and they administered 2 rounds of epinephrine, which basically is adrenaline. By the time Rescue 31 arrived on scene, they started to assist with patient care, and the patient regained pulses and was breathing on their own. At that point, they secured the patient and maneuvered the patient down a very narrow stairway and transported him to the hospital. 2 days later, the patient again walked out of the hospital with 0 deficits. And this is again a great example of teamwork and training. And the crews that were involved with this life-saving measure was Lieutenant Williamson, driver engineer Andres Villa, firefighter Hermes Laser, firefighter Fernando Manito, firefighter Joshua Diepa, and firefighter Christopher Prisco. Great job by all. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. So I stood up here before that and read the words about what it means to serve with dedication, loyalty, integrity. What we just saw is the outcome of doing that job well, doing it as a team, doing it with heart. So kind of put that realness to what it is that you guys are kicking off on your adventure in life. This is one of the best careers that's out there, and I can't think of anywhere better to do it than right here on Fort Myers Beach. So glad to have all of our new firefighters. Congratulations to our officers. I know you're going to serve us well. You're going to uphold all of those values, and we're just looking forward to a great future. So we will take a short break. This is an opportunity to come up and have pictures and get to know each other, just spend a few minutes together. So again, thank you for being here. Okay.
All right, it's 5:48. We will reconvene. Great ceremony, Chief. It's always good to see the families and promotions. And I was telling Commissioner Nickel, you remember some of the guys when they come on board. Now they're getting promoted, and that's always excited to see. So appreciate it. We'll go to the next item on the agenda, which is your report, sir.
Very good, thank you. So, good evening, Commissioners and members of the public. The second quarter of 2026 reflects a period of continued operational stabilization and forward progress for Fort Myers Beach Fire, culminating in the opening of new Fire Station 31 and the successful onboarding of new personnel. This quarter was marked by strong training outputs, continued emphasis on employee wellness, and steady fiscal and administrative management as the district moves further into recovery. Highlights this quarter include the expansion of district-wide training initiatives, the full transition into service at the new Station 31, successful promotions and hiring efforts, as we just saw here a bit ago, and continued implementation of behavioral health and peer support resources. The following report summarizes notable activities and performance across administration, operations, training, and district support functions. I'll start with during the first half of 26, the Information Technology Division focused on the full installation, configuration of network infrastructure to the new fire station. It included deployment of the routers, switches, access points, laptops, printers, secure building-to-building VPN connectivity between each of the facilities, door access controls, and a multi-camera security system with on-site recording. We also upgraded mobile devices, which were also implemented at the same time. Additionally, a drone with a dedicated docking station was installed to enhance situational awareness and response capabilities. Under human resources, we had significant progress achieving recruitment, retention, and employee support initiatives. Several vacancies were filled, including in the administrative, life safety, and operational positions. With 7 firefighter hires completed and a final group of candidates progressing through the hiring process, a notable shift towards referral-based recruitment reflects growing organizational pride and engagement. Melissa gave us some feedback on that, and it was good to see, but this time 80% of the people who were interviewed in this last round of interviews came through internal referrals. So it really says a lot about
That's a lot. That's
everything
great.
the guys and girls are doing and where we're going. So hats off to everybody involved in that. A district-wide leadership development and succession planning program was developed in partnership with the operations leaders. The program focused on leadership competency, professional communication, and enhanced patient care outcomes, as we also saw tonight. Additionally, the peer support team completed advanced training, and they officially launched the district's behavioral health and mental wellness support program on April 21st, yesterday, reinforcing the district's commitment to employee wellness. Under finance, the district coordinated with the Florida Division of Emergency Management and FEMA regarding the use of obligated Hurricane Ian recovery funds. So rather than restructuring the public meeting space in the future headquarters facility, the district is moving forward with utilizing approximately $1.06 million in FEMA funds towards the purchase of the new Pierce fire engine, which Chief Sullivan and the committee are finalizing the details on. This truck will enhance our frontline response capabilities, and it will replace the stock engine we bought a year and a half ago, and that will fill out our frontline response units from what we lost during the storm. Delivery on this truck is anticipated within approximately 2 years. I think you know when we were looking at the stock truck, lead times were 3 to 3.5 years. So it's getting a little bit better, but still it's going to be a 2-year lead time to get this truck. The district also received a $50,000 FDLE grant for the acquisition of the 2 Skydio drones, which you approved us to purchase. Property tax collections remain on pace with approximately 95% of the budgeted revenues received. Optional life and accident health insurance coverage was added for employees through a new AFLAC partnership. In operations from January 1 through March 31st, the district responded to 716 calls for service. Call response continued through temporary Station 31, and then until March 29th when we made the full transition into the new station.
With the new station opening, Truck 33 became Truck 31, and Support 31 was placed into service. That is a new response structure that we're using, and that's in an attempt to try and minimize how often we're running that ladder truck to the low acuity calls. Key operational accomplishments for the quarter included the successful completion of the lieutenant's promotional exam. We had 4 candidates passing, all 4 tested, so we had a 100% pass rate on that. We had the 2 members that were pinned tonight, and we have 2 more members on that list, and the list will be good for 2 years. So this is the first time since I've been with the district that we've had more officer candidates than we've had positions. I think that's a testament to the work that was done by everybody to get our firefighters developed and able to serve in that officer role. Graduation of 5 new hires from the Recruit Academy and assignment onto shift operations. 2 of those new hires are graduating tomorrow and will be at the Southwest Florida Public Safety Academy to congratulate them and see them on board. Operations leadership maintained active participation in the Lee County Fire Chiefs Association subcommittees. Chief Sullivan's been serving on the EMS Medical Care Council. That's a collection of the doctors and the medical leaders around the county to strengthen and make sure we're on common protocols so that we're running calls the same way when we're running cross-agency. Members also attended the National Association of EMS Physicians Conference, focusing on evolving EMS standards and patient care practices. Under training and education, if you're out and about at all, you've seen over the last quarter that we've had a few live fire practices. Brings a lot of attention, and it's just great training for the men and women of the agency. The last one was on Miramar, right here, right over behind us, and thank you to the owners of those properties for making them available to us before they're demolished. Under training, we documented a total of 3,124 training hours for the quarter. Training efforts were heavily focused on company level readiness and officer development, aligning with ISO standards and district operational priorities. And then just to break down those training hours, you'll see that we had just over 1,000 hours of company training, almost 1,000 hours of officer training, 242 hours of facilities training, which is when we go to a regular fire training facility and academy. EMS training, 217 hours, driver training, 135 hours, and hazardous materials training of 60 hours. Some program highlights from the training division: the inaugural 50-hour company officer academy, completion of a 5-week onboarding academy for our new hires. We talked about the live fire training evolutions. One specifically was in the city of Fort Myers at their new training facility. And then I already talked about the acquired structure on Miramar. Specialized training in SCBA, or our breathing air system. As you know, a few months ago, a while ago now, you approved the wholesale purchase of new breathing systems for us. The operations and training divisions put together comprehensive training for everybody to make sure they were fully aware and up on the air packs before we put them in service. Training outcomes indicate strong alignment with the ISO standards and reflect the district's commitment to operational excellence and continuous improvement. Under life safety and fire prevention, Fire Marshal Campbell's branch, in January of 26, we had 305 fire inspections. Over the year prior, 236. February, 364, and March, 395. And all of those represent about a 10% increase over same time in 2025. Under permits issued, what we're seeing is a slight decrease in the permits being issued. A lot of the work's already out, the permits are already out, and a lot of the work in the field is being done. In January, we had 104 permits issued. February, 95, and then in March, 118. For external plan review, as you know, we were doing plan review for 4 different fire districts. 2 of those districts have taken on their own plan review, so we're now doing plan review for San Carlos Park and Captiva Island. For San Carlos, we did plan review on 59 applications, and on Captiva, 7 applications. The revenues for the 3-month period, for Fort Myers Beach, the total 26 revenue, quarterly revenue, $118,000. Revenue for inspections on Fort Myers Beach, $32,000. San Carlos Park plan review, $10,000, and Captiva Island plan review is $1,700. These numbers are all up, if I can, significantly, with the exception of Captiva Island. But last year, same time period, Fort Myers Beach, we had 86,000 in plan review versus the 118 this quarter. 6,000 in inspections versus 32,000. So with our 4th inspector, we're able to perform a lot more inspections than we were able to do last year. Under short-term rentals, including new and re-inspections, we had, for the quarter, we had right at 100 inspections for new properties coming back online or newly built. And then re-inspections was about 180 re-inspections for the quarter. Special events for the quarter include the Farmers Market in January. February, we had the Shrimp Fest. We had the Off-Duty Fishing Series, the Farmers Market as well. In March, we had the Art Fair, Craft Show, Funny Bunny Bazaar, and St. Patty's Day Parade. Under community development, redevelopment, in January, the Kahlua Beach Club came in for plan review. Bowditch Point Park for the county, the Sandcap Bank, and the Church of the Ascension. Under service recognition and anniversaries, for April, Deputy Chief Chris Armiger has 11 years with the district. Firefighter Marlon Marin was 6 years. Firefighter Josh Dieppe was 6 years. Firefighter Fernando Manito was 6 years. And HR generalist Melissa Lucas just completed her 1st year. So congratulations to those folks. And that is my report.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, input, comment?
No.
Nope.
Good job.
Great job, good information. All right, we'll move on to our unfinished business. Item A, the merger bill and the proposed letter to Governor DeSantis. Chief, I'll let you go ahead and do an intro with Iona's info.
Very good. So everybody knows we've been working through the merger bill for the last few years now. In January, Representative Botana took his bill to Tallahassee, and it moved through the House and the Senate, and it currently sits with the governor for signature. Both us and Iona McGregor's board last week took the position of requesting that the governor veto the bill, not sign it. The good thing about the bill, if it is signed by the governor, it does come back to each of the communities for a final vote. So it will be a say of the communities, which will take a simple majority by both communities in order to pass something on for an actual consolidation. In any case, we felt it prudent to also draft a letter to the governor providing some insights from the perspective of Fort Myers Beach. So slightly different insights than Iona, but I think they represent us and our position on the bill. So you have before you a draft. I can read the whole draft, or I can just answer questions. It's your pleasure.
We'll go around the table. Anybody would like to start? Comments, questions, changes?
We will cross our fingers and hope
All
for the
right.
best.
Do we have a motion to approve sending a letter to Governor DeSantis as indicated in the
So
draft letter?
moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Discussion? Public input? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Chief.
Sure, we'll get together and get it done.
Yes, thank you. New business, Resolution 2026-01. I don't know if you'd like to intro that or if Jane's better equipped.
I will intro it by saying I'm going to turn it over to the subject matter expert. Jane?
Good evening, Commissioners. This is an exercise that we do every year around this time. We normally wait until the audit, financial audit's been completed, so we know the numbers have been audited, and then we adjust the cash carry forward So we set the budget in September, but we don't know how we'll end up financially until sometime in November or December. So the difference between what we estimate we'll have in our fund balance and what we budget and what we actually have are always two different things. So this resolution amends the budget for that difference between what we estimated and what we actually had going forward. And the resolution will put those funds into the reserve for the construction of the headquarters.
Great, thank you. So I'll make a motion for Resolution 2026-01. Is there a second?
Second.
Questions or comments? I'll briefly read through the nuts and bolts of it. Resolution 2026-01, resolution of the Board of Commissioners providing for an effective date of today, where the Fort Myers Beach Fire Control District ended the 24-25 fiscal year with an actual general fund balance of $26,436,075 and not the budgeted anticipated year-end fund balance of $25,600,000. Whereas the Board of Commissioners is desirous of amending the annual budget and parts thereof for 25-26 to show the carry forward and allocations of the district's actual fiscal year-end general fund balance in the amount of $26,436,075. So that is amending the budget again for that carry forward amount. The total adjustment is $836,075, and that fund balance will be increased to the assigned fund balance reserved for the headquarters capital building project as Director Thompson has stated. Questions? Comments? Public input? Roll call vote. Commissioner Nickel?
Yes.
Commissioner Fleming?
Yes.
Commissioner Lezak?
Yes.
Commissioner Farrell?
Yes.
And I also vote yes, passes 5-0. Thank you. All right. Next item, surplus capital assets, Chief.
Yes, thank you. So periodically, we bring forward assets that have reached end of life. In this case, it's a little bit different. 2 of the 3 assets that you see surplus are actually new rescue airbags that we use for lifting vehicles or collapsed buildings and stuff like that. So these were items that we received that came to us recommended by a vendor. They didn't really fit our business, and the vendor was willing to exchange those out. So we do have different equipment in service. So us surplusing these 2 items is a procedural item just to make sure that the public knows that they're no longer part of our asset. And then the third one, a few months ago, might have been last month, you approved us to purchase a replacement heart monitor due to water damage. This is the surplusing of the water damage heart monitor. That is the item.
All right, thank you. So do we have a motion to surplus the assets as provided in surplus list 2026-01 and dispose of assets as recommended by staff in accordance with the laws and rules of the state of Florida?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Discussion. Questions? Public input? All in favor? Aye. Passes 5-0. Thank you. Brings us to Fire Chief remarks, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, this is the type of meeting I like to have. We have a lot of exciting things going on. To everybody in the community who showed up for the open house, it was exciting to see everybody out there, and I think the community is enjoying having that station open, and I think it represents a nice step forward for the community. So for everybody who had a part in putting it together, all the men and women on my team who helped make it happen, I'm excited to have the doors open and looking forward to moving on to the headquarters project. You know, I had mentioned seeing 80% internal referrals, and I just, to Chief Sullivan, Chief Sears, to Melissa and HR, you know, they're having a heck of an impact on, you know, the direction the department's going. So I'm hearing it when I'm at Chiefs meetings, the good things that are happening, and you know, things people are seeing on social media. It's just a testament to what everybody's doing.
Outstanding.
To our folks that worked hard, next month, or actually at the next night meeting, we'll be bringing forward 4 of our folks who are being promoted to engineer on the 28th, and that will fill out all of our promotions, and it'll get us to full staff on the promotions, and then if all of our folks come through the background checks, we'll be at full staff in the firefighter position as well. So
That's great.
we're really making strides. Yep, it's finally getting there. It's been a journey, a lot of work. A lot of work from where we were to where we're at now. So you heard me talk in a couple other meetings that we've been looking at watching the budget closely as we did the current budget. We talked about the next year's budget, which is the one we're now building. We had the opportunity to invite the property appraiser over. Jane and I got to spend some time with him. Same day he was before the town and kind of giving them a state of the economy here on the beach. So I was expecting negative numbers. He, very cautiously, because the real numbers don't come out till June, but basically as a trend, said to expect, flat revenue. So that's actually a positive for us, but what it does do is it does lead us, as we're building this budget, to have some conversations with our labor partners and DVP, and just put them on the same page as us, as where we're at dollars and cents wise. And I say that because I do want to highlight the fact that DVP Darwin Adamas, he's been in the job a short time, but he's really shown some maturity and a real desire to understand the whole of the agency and the operations, and not just how it's affecting his group. So, and that's adding a lot, I will say, to the environment and the way everything's going. So I'd like to thank him. I know he's not here, but I'd like to thank him for his work and what he's doing in that role. I've been there, and it is a pivotal piece. So yesterday we put the drone and dock on the Lee County system. So we're officially hooked to the system. When we get on, we can see the incidents. We flew over to Cutlass off of San Carlos Boulevard yesterday while the county gentleman was here helping us get it set up. And we were hovering over as the trucks pulled up for a medical call over there. We were just taking basically a test flight, a training flight. I'll just share with you, last week we were in a meeting and it came up on our phones, North Fort Myers had a structure fire. And I don't know why we got the notice on it, but log on to our software and there's a link right there in the notes for that call. It originally came in as a brush fire. Right in proximity to where it was, Lee County Public Safety launched the drone they have up in North Fort Myers. It was on scene about 3.5 minutes before the first fire truck. I got on scene, saw that it was a house on fire and not a brush fire, upgraded the call to a structure fire and got all the extra units put on the call. And it allowed the firefighters, before they got out of the station, because they were jumping onto the brush truck, to jump back on the fire engine and go put the house fire out. So
That's great.
just a testament to what I think this program can be in the future. So we're looking forward to it. We have our training in mid-May. All of our administrative chief officers are going to get training directly from the vendor, and at that point we'll pretty much be up and running. So looking forward to that too. It's exciting times.
Outstanding. Thank you, sir. Great job. Volunteers, anybody like to start on the commissioner comments, our next item?
Well, I will start saying great job today. I was so proud of our agency today, bringing on all the new people that we are and the promotions. I can remember a time when it didn't feel that way, and so it's very exciting and a testament to your leadership as well. I think there's a sense of security knowing that drone is going to be on site so quick before even the first firefighter or police officer can arrive. So we're very fortunate, I think, to have one on the island. And again, that's a testament to your leadership to give that asset to us so that we can use it and the people here can use it. So I thank you for that.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Fleming.
It's always nice to see promotions and new hires. You know, and it's good that a lot of these new kids were recommended by others who are on our team. You know, it's good. The life-saving awards, I mean, that's really impressive. That, you know, yeah, the odds, and then these people walk out of the hospital. It's amazing. I mean, you inherited some very good people, and you've hired some very good people, and they're all moving the district forward. And thank you to you and the Kevins and everyone. Something that I find very interesting is our attention to employee wellness and health. Firefighters have a high rate of suicide, severe depression, and it's good that we are taking this very seriously, because it is serious. That's all.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Mr. Farrell?
Not my cue.
That's yours.
Yeah, I pretty much echo Commissioner Nickel and Commissioner Fleming. It was congratulations to all the new firefighters, congratulations to promotions, and again, the SAVE Awards, that's impressive. It's got to be incredibly rewarding, and I can only imagine what that feels like. And I'm really happy that we have those people on board. Again, great planning on this meeting. It was fun to watch. And I guess lastly, I hope Governor DeSantis takes that letter seriously, both letters, because it's important, and it's a bad move what Representative Botano wants. So let's hope he listens.
Jackie?
Well, I'll echo all three of you. Congratulations again to the pinning new firefighters and the promotions and the families that support them. It's a huge deal. And I'm a little teary-eyed. I enjoyed that. So I'm proud of them too. I'm also proud of that building every time I drive by. And I don't know who's cleaning those windows up front, but they sparkle and they're so pretty. And I just pointed out to everybody who's in the car with me and say, isn't that so pretty? Look how great that looks. So we did a really good thing there, and it'll serve the community for a long time. That makes me really proud. So, and our fire trucks are so beautiful. And I had an opportunity to be in Texas last week for some grandchild taken care of, and saw a number of the fire trucks that they have to work with on the roads there. And we have beautiful equipment compared to what those folks are working out of there. And New Orleans also. And it looks like theirs are from the 80s. I mean, it blows me away that they can do this job, the difficulty of it with equipment like that. And I'm really proud that we're able to provide our folks top of the line stuff and the best stuff that they have. And the visitors and guests and residents that come here know they're have the best equipment taking care of them. And the best people, to run in the equipment. So, as the Chamber of Commerce president last week, I was approached by some folks who were asking about the property on the back half of our new fire station. I had a conversation with Chief Worth about it. They are interested in potentially a public-private partnership for some type of a health facility to go back there that would complement us, complement Bayos, complement the surrounding area. They wanted my opinion as the chamber president. When I reminded them that I'm also a fire commissioner, which they had somewhat forgot, they were like, oh. So, of course, I wanted to listen to what they had to say. I think it's incredibly intriguing. I had a very long conversation with Chief Worth about it. I'm always one that I want to explore all options when I think there's a benefit coming to the community and something that could enhance our life and our safety and our wellness here. That's something I'm pretty passionate about. So I said, Chief, and I talked, and I said I would bring it up, at least to kind of put it out there, let you guys know that there are people out there who want to help in this arena and have the funding, and I believe have the wherewithal to make something like this happen. There's a number of pieces of property on the island that it would work on, but our back half is one that is intriguing because of its location to Bay Oaks and the school and the library and all of that. So Chief, can I hand it over to you, and then maybe you can give some more?
Sure, so the same group came and sat with me and talked about the concept of possibly doing a health center. And the underlying emphasis was that it would, that the funds from the health center could help provide activities and stuff for Fort Myers Beach as we're getting all the houses being built and the folks that are gonna be coming to the island, do something to give the island more activities to do and make it the destination people want to come to. So, very positive ideas. They seem like they have the right people to research it and see if it's a viable option. They're going to get enough people utilizing it. But you know, a public-private partnership could always be exciting. One of the things that I did caution on is, with us being a public agency, is that if we were going to, if the board was going to consider a public-private partnership, that it would have to go out to the public to be able to collect proposals and do it in the sunshine like we're having the conversation right here. So it's a long journey to get from concept to where they want to be, but we're always willing to consider and look at things that you know, could bring a public benefit to our community. So with that, it's probably a little early, but if the board's pleasure is for us to keep going forward with it, and we can put it on the agenda for an upcoming meeting and have some more detailed conversations about it. But I take a number of phone calls about that property, about Shrimp Boat, and you know, I think whenever we decide openly that it's time to make a move, we're going to have plenty of people interested in doing something. So, but this group was, like I said, they seemed like the heart was in the right place and doing something good for the community. But I think there's a lot of details still to be worked out. So I believe they indicated to me, at least at the time I talked to them, which I believe was about a month ago now, that a study would have to be conducted by their group to make sure that it's feasible operationally, financially, and everything else. So that's good stuff, though.
I'd say once I have the info that's a little more informative, that you know, whether based on a study or just trends in general, that would be worthy of a discussion on an agenda item.
I think it's our due diligence to
Oh,
vet
yeah.
all options, right? Like,
Yes.
you know, and if this was something where it could potentially provide a continuous revenue stream to us for years, that's intriguing. I don't know what that looks like, but, you know, I'm always one to look for different revenue streams and different ways to fund, because we can't guarantee our tax base. We can't guarantee some of the things that are coming. So, you know, I think it's interesting when we get really creative ideas. And we've got a lot of smart people on this island, and we've got a lot of people who want to give back to the community. And we certainly know that we need healthcare and wellness on this island. We have zero right now. So it would be awfully nice to be able to have some of that type of facility on the island. Not only for us, but for our visitors, for our snowbirds. You know, who knows if it's, you know, that good, people might come to us for that type of thing. You know, there is medical tourism, so it's kind of intriguing. My chamber.
Chief, do you have a current worth of the property?
Our last appraisal was doing it from memory, 5.1 or 5.3 million. I don't expect the property to be worth that. We've seen some changes in the values, and that was during a time, you remember, shortly after the storm, the entirety of the property was at 16.8, and then it went down to 12.4 5 months later. So the last estimate we had was 5.1 million, I believe.
Well, this is very exciting, and I believe that we should move forward in whatever we're talking about. But I'll caution us that the sale of that property is also for constructing headquarters. So, I mean, if we don't have $5 million to build that structure because we're doing something else, which I think is very worthwhile, we just got. Jane, you got a lot of them.
You beat me to it. I was gonna say, we'll go to Jane and find out which one makes economic sense.
Sounds good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
who knows,
put
I
that
mean,
on your
maybe
list.
it's something where they pay for the structure, you know, you don't know.
Yeah.
So,
It's a deep discussion
yeah.
with a lot
but
of
it's
research.
cool. But it's cool, right?
It is.
This may be on unfinished business.
Yeah, our new business.
There you go.
Well,
Uh,
first new day.
right. More to come. Is that it?
That's all I got.
Thank you very much. I'll wrap it up. Again, just mirror everybody else's comments. Outstanding job with getting Station 31 open, and the turnout was overwhelming. Happy to see a lot of folks, and still shocked when I looked at the sheer numbers of how deep those bays were filled with people that were friends and neighbors and folks that were involved in the project. And it's a testament to your work, Chief, and the team, and making it all happen in time. And it really is. I feel like it's an anchor for the community now that that building is there, and our personnel in our trucks, and you walk by and you realize that this is possible. And those are some of the comments that I've received from the public is, you guys pulled this off, and the bridge pulled it off, and why is everything else taking so long?
Yeah.
So it's a testament to your hard work and the district's work, of course, with contract management and funding and all the other things that were the key components of what went on. So happy to see the families here tonight. That's always a fun meeting to have, and to have that many in one evening is a great thing. It shows we're moving forward. Again, you put a great team together with the entire staff, and it's reflecting in the personnel that we see interested in working for us, which is outstanding. Yeah, looking forward to new things and new changes and new buildings and our hive of drones, or whatever we're going to have in the end, new term. And beyond that, unless somebody has